Long. Oh, hello, everyone. This is Theresa Chaze, and you're listening to Messages from the Universe. Today, I am hosting Ruben Medina, and I think I just slaughtered your last name again.
No,
He
you
is a
didn't.
motivational speaker and musician who uses his work to inspire gratitude and positive forward thinking. Ruben, thank you for appearing on my show.
It is an absolute pleasure. Thank you for inviting me. You are truly doing God's work. I got to tell you, Teresa, you're truly an inspiration.
Well, I do the show to help. I believe that when we help each other, everybody wins. So, Messages from the Universe is one of my little ways of giving back and being of service.
I love that. Yeah, pursuing your happiness and being of service, and the ability to do those two things simultaneously. Seems like you really discovered one of your purposes, and I just love the passion that you have behind all of your work. I caught myself listening to some past shows, and I was really impressed. So definitely keep it up. I'm in love with it.
Well, I do it when the universe brings people to me, and hopefully I'll be doing it a little bit more often.
Yeah,
So,
hopefully.
Ruben, tell us more about your past and what you're working on. So, give us your brief bio.
Okay, well, it all started, an adolescent, sort of lost with life. I was going to the University of North Texas right out of high school. I graduated in 2002, and I went to the University of North Texas, and I'm actually a college dropout. And so, after I was really on this path of discovery. What I've soon learned to find out is known as like the path of discovering knowledge of self, and then on this path I started experimenting with cannabis, got into like my little Rasta phase. I had dreadlocks and I was all Ja Rastafari, you don't know about the boy, and getting into all that. And then life happened to me. I ended up getting arrested and going to jail, and I was into like giving or helping people and providing cannabis to them. And back then it wasn't legal. And so, essentially, what happened was I spent time in jail, and while I was in jail, it was really short, brief time. It was like a month and a half, but it sort of gave me an ability to regroup, refocus, and I got a chance to read 3 Dan Brown books while I was in there. And I don't know if you've heard of Dan Brown, but he's the one that wrote Angels and Demons and
Oh,
uh,
yes.
what's the other big one that I'm missing right now?
Angels and Demon.
The Da Vinci
Crap.
Code. The Da Vinci Code.
Yes.
So the Da Vinci
I
Code
believe
was,
that started it.
yeah, the Da Vinci Code was epic because it was sort of like it was a combination of fiction and nonfiction, and it was really introducing these concepts and ideas of secret societies. It was introducing these concepts and ideas like there's more going on than what meets the eye. So I started taking down all these notes while I'm reading these books and devouring them in this place in jail. By the time I come out, all right, now I'm like equipped with a whole bunch of research that I gotta go do. So then I discovered, then the veil started to get lifted, is the best way I can say. And once that veil was lifted, it's like you can't unlearn something, like you can't turn back.
Right.
And so at that point, I started learning more about the food industry and how it's just so interesting, the food situation about there's so much toxins in our food. And then I got into I got into pescatarianism and then veganism for a little bit. Then I got introduced to on this path of knowledge of self, I got introduced to ayahuasca and the Native American traditional ceremonial settings. And I had an
How
opportunity.
did you end up on the board of the Native American Church organization?
Yeah, so on this path, of seeking knowledge of self, I met up and I was doing research online, is what it was, and I was able to connect. I was able to reach out and connect with a gentleman named James Mooney, and he is a Lakota Sioux elder who has set up Oklawaha Native American Church, which is also known as ONAC, ONAC. And he, after connecting with him and sharing with him my story about being part of these ayahuasca ceremonies and even having an opportunity to lead these ceremonies, he granted me a position in the organization as an independent branch. So I'm on the board of directors of an independent branch known as Conscious Minds, and we're an independent branch operating underneath the umbrella of ONAC. And if anybody wants more information on that, you can visit consciousminds.org. There's a lot of fun stuff on there to share. There's a page with daily affirmations, and I'm really big on reminding people about daily affirmations.
We've actually got a caller. Let's see what they have to say. 860. Hello? Hi, how are you? I'm wonderful. What's your name, and do you have a question or a comment? Yeah, I do. I have an intuitive question. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. My name is Amla.
Hi, Amma.
Hi, Amma. Hi.
Blessings to you.
I was just wondering, thank you. Nice to meet you. I was just wondering if you see me in a committed relationship. I've been looking for a while. But, we're not doing readings.
I don't mind. I don't mind chiming in. I'm not going to do a reading, but I want to say, if I may say one thing.
Sure.
I just want to say that it's really up to you, sweetheart. You are the goddess that is in full control of your human experience. So we don't want to let you off the phone to lead you to believe that it's okay to give your power away. You have omnipotence, omniscience, omnipresence within you. You are the divinity. We are the divinity that we seek. And so that being said, I would like to give you your power back, because that's not something that we can truly answer with the highest levels of integrity. The best way for us to answer that is to remind you of your true divinity, and you have these answers. If you want to, we can chat about it later. I can give you my links or whatever, but just to start off on that, and then we can get into like the pendulum, how to use a pendulum, how to dial into what we call the organic program of the universe. And there's ways to do divination and things like this that might help you, but you are the ultimate decision maker. I just want to remind you of that.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it, and I respect your show. So thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Love you.
One of the things that I would like you to remember is that the first and most important love needs to be for yourself. You cannot find true love in others until you love yourself first. And the best way to find love is to love. The romantic kind of love is to love yourself and do what you love. And because when you are yourself and love yourself, you pull people into your life who will love and respect you. So
right, that's that law of attraction right there. You're absolutely right, Theresa.
Correct. So love yourself, do what you love, and then be open to meeting new people. The people in the past, that's where you come from. Live in the now and project the love to the future, and you will draw who and what you need to you.
There you go.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, those are great words.
Yes. Okay. What was that?
I said those are great words by Theresa
Oh,
right there. You know,
yes,
she's been
yes,
doing this for a little
yeah.
bit longer than me, so I had to sit back and really listen. Those were epic words. Thank you so much, Theresa.
I used to be a reader, and I still occasionally do it for friends, but right now the next generation of readers has taken, stepped up.
Yes. Yes.
So I have been freed to move on to my, my new mission, which is writing and producing film and television.
Yeah.
So, trust yourself and love yourself. And that is how you draw the positive into your life.
And we're not saying that you're
Yes,
not
and
already doing that. We're not saying that you're not.
I'm doing that myself already.
Exactly.
I think it's more. I don't think I'm just gonna say one thing. I don't think I'm looking for somebody to fill in the void of love. I think a lot of people do it that way. Yeah, I'm looking for somebody who's equal partnership. That's with companionship. Nothing to do with they'll fill me up.
Yeah, she's
That's
looking for
nothing.
like.
I know I'm already a whole person. You gotta be a whole person to meet another whole person.
Correct.
Yeah, it sounds
One of the
like.
things
You can't have happen to be another half. Yeah, I understand that.
Right.
one of the caveats that I would like to put in as a semi-warning, when you project forward what you would like in a partner, make sure you add in
Yep.
the human part, because otherwise you'll get a puppy.
Ah,
Or a
Because,
hamster.
or a hamster or a cat. So the universe is can have a very warped sense of humor, and if you're looking for a loving partner and don't specify the species, you never know what'll show up on your back porch.
that's true. That's true.
That's funny.
Yeah, the angels and God work in mysterious ways. That's for sure. I've gotten a lot of messages myself in the last few months. It's been happening more and more because I believe in it, and some miracles in action. That's for sure.
When you
So,
have the faith to listen, you will get more messages.
absolutely, absolutely. And thank you so very much. It was very informative. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
You're welcome. Thanks for calling.
Take good care. Thank you.
Okay.
That was really cool, Theresa. This is the second podcast that I've ever done. So again, thank you so much. I'm really basking
Oh,
in
you're
the sea.
welcome. Something said for me to chime her in, and evidently there was a reason for that.
Yeah.
So let's get back to what you do.
Okay.
Meanwhile, back on the ranch, you are a motivational speaker. What inspires you, and what message do you want people to take from what you teach?
So what my main thing is this. Okay, what's the best way to put this? So in my experience, the most invigorating and exciting feeling that I have experienced was whenever I'm in these deep meditative states and I'm starting to get what I call these downloads or these information packets from source, the mystery we call God, whatever you want to address, however you want to address it. And then getting these information packets where like I'm remembering my true omnipotence, my true divinity. And so my biggest thing is I want to share that feeling. It was the most empowering feeling that I could, and humbling feeling, and encouraging feeling, like all rolled into one. And whenever I was in that headspace, I just remember thinking to myself, everybody deserves to know this. Everybody deserves to feel this feeling of ultimate satisfaction. And so that's the feeling that I genuinely pursue and have a passion for sharing.
When I meditate, especially when I am doing something that is body oriented, like with right now I'm doing a lot of gardening. I'm reclaiming my yard.
Yeah.
Well, I
That's
ignored
funny.
it for a while, and now I'm paying for it. But I get into a place where my mind goes into neutral,
Uh-huh.
and my body does its job. But instead of praying, I'm listening. And when you listen, you learn. You know, most people learn better with their ears than their mouth.
Yeah.
And so I am listening to the divine, and as you said, when you download information,
Yeah.
and the gardening is a really good way to do it. Oh, excuse me, because you also connect with Mother Earth.
Yes, Miss Gaia.
And her energy comes up and heals and fills. So you're getting teachings from the divine and healing and support from Mother. And the partnership is what creates such an incredible energy flow.
100%. That's that what I like to refer to as the divine dance between the masculine and the feminine. And
Right.
Earth is, by the indigenous, has been referred to a lot of times as Gaia or Gaia Sophia or Mother Earth.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, this feminine entity within this floating rock in infinite space is literally hosting us, giving us life, and along with the sun, obviously, and our ability as earth keepers and stewards of the grid and stewards of the collective. I feel a calling to really bring this remembrance and these downloads or these information packets. I feel like it's it's like my top priority to share these things with those who are willing to listen. And just like you said, Theresa, it's our ability to first know that this is true, accept that it is true, and then move into alignment with what I call the divine program of the universe, the organic program of the universe. I'm sorry. And so nature is what's already doing that. When we watch ants, they're not worried about who their partner might be cheating on them with, or if they're going to get their bills paid, or if their son passed their last English test. They're just marching and getting that work done, following that organic program of the universe.
Right. And when we go with the flow instead of trying to swim upstream, you actually get further. And
Right.
the ego is the great showstopper of all time. And
I talked about that on the last one. You're so right.
It's not that we give up our free will, because this is a free will universal zone. We all have choices to make. I describe it as we're playing a game of gin. We start off with 10 cards.
Yeah.
And each turn we pick up a card and discard a card.
Right.
And each of those choices opens doors and closes doors. And so we have a choice. We can fight and stall progress, or we can choose to believe in ourselves and be a positive wave of love in the universe.
Yes.
And get where we want to be. Okay. Tell me about your music. What inspires it?
I'm glad you asked. Thank you for asking. So I got a couple of things going on right now. I've been doing music since I was a little boy. I got to show love to my father, who he raised me while he was playing the guitar and singing. So my mom and dad used to bring me along to his gigs, And what inspires it is whenever I was a little boy, my mom, she would be very supportive to my father because he's a musician, he's a singer songwriter. He sings folk music from his country in Paraguay. And what inspires me is my mom because, well, I guess both of them. During these gigs, my dad would be all into it, you know, playing his thing, and he's the lead vocalist and guitarist. Now, my mom, she's a party animal, but she's what they call in Spanish una loca limpia, which means she loves to party, but she doesn't indulge with like alcoholism or drug abuse, or she's just naturally loves that type of environment. So I would see my mom in Spanish, it's called having fun. It's called gozando. And whenever she was out there gozando and bailando, dancing and just having a great time, she would emit like this glow, this frequency, this light that would encourage other people to engage in dancing as well. And dancing and music is something that I learned later in life that is part of several ancient civilizations. Like we've been doing this as humans for thousands of years, you know,
Yes.
whether it's at a drum circle or whatever.
Music influences emotions. There are some songs that, you know, no matter what I'm feeling, it always makes me feel better.
Yeah.
What a Wonderful World is one of them. It always lifts me up. And there's this one song from the 60s that I will not mention because even to name it makes me cry.
Oh wow.
And it, you know, and other people, it has the same effect. I will change the radio station
when you hear it,
when it comes on. It's the name of a woman, and you know, if you listen to the music from the '60s, you know what song I'm talking about because it was very popular. And it's about a guy singing about his wife who died, and it's a complete downer. But there are so many wonderful pieces of music.
Yeah.
That lift you up, and so music is a positive influence. How would you describe your music? You've got a CD available called Vibes of Creation out.
Yeah, it's not necessarily on CD yet. I thought about pressing up about 1,000 to 5,000 CDs, but I didn't have the investment capital. So right now it's all digitally distributed on all platforms. You know, your Amazon Music, your Deezer, your Apple iTunes, Google Play, Pandora, Spotify. And so the Vibes of Creation album, going back to the music thing, is essentially it's an album featuring 7 crystal singing bowls and a gong, and each crystal singing bowl is attuned specifically to a chakra. And for those of you who don't know, there's 7. Sometimes there's also theories that there's more than 7, but just your basic 7 chakras, starting at your root chakra and going all the way to your crown chakra. These are different energy vortexes within our metaphysical body. And so these 7 crystal singing bowls, each one is attuned to different chakras. So like, for example, your heart chakra, the green one, 528. And so what I did was I put together with my partner at the time, Melissa, she goes by Me Divinity. We put together this album, and it's simply, it was made for meditation, deep sleep, doing yoga, and just relaxation. So if you guys want that, I can send you guys the link for free, and you can preview it and love on it as much as you want to. We'll make sure to leave the links below. And then the other album that I have is a more rhythmic, more up to date in regards to like sounding mainstream, because it's 4/4 timing. It features different sounds and percussion and different drum kits that I was using, and that's called the Instrumentals LP. And that's currently on pre-release because I worked with Wyclef Jean, the international musician Wyclef Jean, on the second track, and I haven't gotten his team to clear that song yet. So as soon as that happens, it'll be released on Spotify, iTunes, Pandora, all that fun stuff. But right now it's on pre-release, and if anybody wants to listen to that, I'll be more than happy to send you the link by visiting lovemedina.com. I got my phone number on there, and you can send me a message, and I will respond. I promise.
Okay. We're getting towards the end of the show.
Okay.
So it's time to do shameless self-promotion.
Oh, man. Okay, so at this point in time, I'm going to take just a brief moment and promote you, because really, Theresa, you're such a blessing. Thanks for providing this platform. And I want to just remind everybody that the power is in you. To seek divinity is like a fish looking for water. You're no longer trying at this point. You're either going to do something or you're not. So we're going to take the word try out of our vocabulary. And you can't really believe or think anything. You either know something or you don't. So these are some of the words that I like to share with people. If you guys are interested and you love this information, I humbly please ask you to go visit lovemedina.com. Drop me a message. I promise that I will respond. Theresa, I'm so much about this positivity and this life that we're talking about. I'm so much about that life. I'm even going to give people my phone number right now. It's 214-815-8555. And I respond. So if I don't answer the phone, just leave a message. And I promise you, Theresa and I, we're here to help you and everybody else. We've set aside a large portion of our human existence to making this world a better place. So just know that we love you.
Okay, give your email that your website address again. Slowly spell it out, and then do the same thing for your phone number.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Theresa. All right, so there's two websites. One of them is going to be Love Medina, and I go by Medina. That's Medina, and so lovemedina.com. That's where a lot of the music stuff is, and then consciousminds.org. That's consciousminds.org. So consciousminds.org. There's a lot of information to share with the brothers and sisters on there, just about general holistic wellness. And when I say holistic, I mean spiritual, mental, physical, emotional, and financial. And so we want people to thrive in all those 5 things. And then, my phone number is 214-815-8555. This is my life. I'm about that life.
90 seconds.
And that's what I got. Thank you so much, Theresa. I'm also working on a book, so hopefully that'll be coming out soon. But I'll let you know when that happens.
Okay. And my shameless self-promotion is I represent an unscripted TV series called Horses and Heroes.
Yes.
It's going to be telling veteran stories as they work together to find new coping skills for their physical and emotional challenges.
60 seconds.
Is in the website, in the description, and in the press releases,
yes,
as are both the active links for your websites. Ruben, thank you for stopping by and chatting with me.
Yeah, most definitely.
You are definitely an inspiration and a blessing on the world.
As you are, Theresa. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone, for listening and sharing the link. The show is available for playback in the archives, and I will see everybody next time. So have a good one and stay safe.
Peace and blessings, guys.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye. 10 seconds.
Okay.
That was awesome.
we're done with the show.
Right.
And, the links were good. It was a really good show. I don't know why I brought the woman in. I just, something said to do it, and it turned out to be interesting.
Yeah, I was a little bit on the edge of my seat. I was like, oh no, I hope this isn't one of my ex-girlfriends.
Well, I have a mute button. So if it had taken a left-hand turn, I would have.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You are awesome. Yeah, and then another thing was, I didn't get a chance to mention it whenever we were on air, but I was saying thank you because this is my second podcast. On the first podcast, we didn't have anybody calling in, so that was a really cool element. I really enjoyed that experience, Theresa.
I do have a favor to ask.
Yes, of course.
And I just thought of it in the middle of the show.
Okay.
Your connections to the Native American in the Native American community.
Yeah.
I would like some introductions. My spirit mom is Native American. She is part Cherokee.
Okay.
And so there's a lot of Native American influence in my work.
Absolutely.
And there's going to be a lot of Native American roles.
Okay.
And so I would like introductions.
You want me to put you on, is what you're saying. You want me to bring you in.
I'll be bring me in and introduce me around because I'm going to be meeting Native American talent. But believe it or not, some of the nations do have money.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
And I would like to bring them in to help fund the studio.
Oh, nice. Okay. So there's a couple different routes to go about because you can get government grants. Is that where your trajectory is?
Believe it or not, there are some nations that are very wealthy and do have money to spend and invest.
I believe it.
Let's
find them.
Look for investors in the studio.
Okay.
Because there is going to be a lot of Native American roles and
all right.
projects. And if I can bring them on board, it would help me a great deal.
Okay.
So I've got investors who are interested, but until things are landed and the check clears, I'm going to continue looking for money.
Yeah, of course.
So, if you would, make introductions and basically, set them up so that this is not a cold pitch.
Oh yeah, I mean, I can just bring you on the line like on a 3-way call or something.
Okay.
I don't mind doing that at all.
Okay, great. Like I said, part of my Native American is part of my spiritual path. I work with grandmother and grandfather spirit on a regular basis.
Yes.
And I think I just got a new totem last night. I heard this kind of chirping on my front porch, and I opened the door, and there was a mother raccoon and her 4 babies.
Oh my gosh.
And eating the cat food. But I am very connected to Mother, and like I say, I work with the grandmother and grandfather spirit on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Especially when I do healings. So I would appreciate the help.
Oh, I would be honored to help.
Okay. If it's meant to be, it will be. Because I already know how well the studio is going to do.
Yeah.
It's just, I have stopped fighting, and I'm going with the flow and letting things happen in their perfect time and perfect way.
Yeah.
Which for a control freak like me, that's a big, huge thing. So, okay.
I hear that. You're definitely on the right track. There's definitely things that we can control, things that are out of our control. Also, Terrence McKenna, I heard him say to seek control is to bring about great aggravation on oneself. So,
Yes.
you know the balance. You already got it. There's nothing I can tell you, Miss Theresa. You're already a master in the flesh. I know you are.
Well, I'm seeking mastery, and it's the seeking that's important, not the goal.
Yeah, the journey. You're right. Yeah, not the destination. Yep.
Okay, Ruben, thank you so much, and I look forward to speaking with you again soon.
Same, and yeah, it'll be an honor to make that connection and help out with that. And yeah, definitely looking forward to chatting again. Maybe when this book comes out, I'll reach back out to you. Or I mean, I'll reach out to you before then, but when this book comes out, I'll definitely be reaching out to you again.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely, love you so much. Peace, blessings.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to be lining up different podcast guest spots here, and essentially all the way through the end of the year. So make sure you keep an eye open for these video uploads. I'm going to be going live between the Conscious Minds page, the MC Medina page, and this page right here, which is my personal MC Medina account. So, that being said, also check out the YouTube channel. I'm going to have links on there, or just go on YouTube and type MC Medina. Honestly, just shoot me a text or a message and I'll just send you the link. It's really that easy. Please subscribe, share, like, comment. I'm curious about how you feel about this podcast with Theresa Chaze. She truly is a human angel. She's doing God's work here on earth, and we're doing our best to bring heaven to earth. So if you're about that, then you might be a conscious mind, okay? If you resonate with this information, I think you might be a conscious mind, all right? And we want you at consciousminds.org if this resonates with you, all right? Consciousminds.org. Shoot me a message. There's so much knowledge on there to absorb and take in. I got to get some food in my belly. It was an absolute honor chatting with Theresa. Messages from the Universe podcast. Hey, it's a celebration, baby. All right, peace, guys.